And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to Homestead-Miami Speedway as we get ready today for the running of the Ford Ecoboost 200 in memory of Nelson Mandela and Paul Wilder. This is chase race number 3 of Season 6 of the Oreo Truck Series, and this track is normally in the actual NASCAR world the season finale racetrack. However, we have our own little season finale here in the NNSCRA, but we still do come here to Homestead-Miami for a chase race, and we're going to be looking to see what the track that normally associated with the season finale in the real NASCAR world will be able to do here as far as the points standings in the chase for the championship in all 3 series. But we're ready to now get our third chase race for the Truck Series underway here, the 27-lap event, and we have a chaser on the pole position. Eric Burton, the 2-time winner this season, got into the chase via a wild card position. He is currently 8th in the point standings, a total of 25 points out of the top position. He will start on the pole position as he'll look for his 3rd win of the season. If he could get it, that would tie him this season with James McLeod and Chris Dollerton and put him up in a tie for the most wins in a single season in the Truck Series, which is held by Dollerton, McLeod, Sean Galligan, and Michael Harvey. Then you got Alex May lined up alongside of Eric Burton. Alex May's been to victory lane a couple times in the past few weeks. He went to victory lane in the Truck Series race at Atlanta, and then last week at Thornton he picked up a Mobile Cup Series win. So he's been on a bit of a streak here. He'll look to try and maybe pick another win up here today in the number 18 Toyota Tundra. Then you got another chaser lined up in the 3rd position. That is Dylan Poteet, the guy who dominated the point standings for a majority of the regular season. He comes in 3rd in the chase standings here today, 11 points out of the top position. He'll start alongside of Tyson Broad in the 59, starting off in 4th. 5th will be Kyle Corbett, and then the guy who comes in as the chase points leader, Andy Timmons, 2-time winner, and the guy who right now really is looking really good as far as taking the Rookie of the Year honors for Season 6 here in the Truck Series. But he is the current points leader, and he enjoys a 7-point advantage over second in points, Dylan Young. Trying to look for any other chases. They're starting up near the front of the field. Prudence Littlejohn going to be rolling off from the 10th position. She actually had a great runner-up finish last week at Thornton that helped move her up back through the point stands after tough luck at New Hampshire. She's now 7th in the point stands, total of 20 points out of the top position. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else really up close to the front of the field, and I don't see anybody, but I do see Alex DeMarco, our winner last week from Thornton. He's going to roll off from the 14th position, so we'll keep an eye on him, see what he can do here today. He obviously got some momentum after picking up that victory last week at one of the toughest tracks on the NSCRA circuit. But 27 laps of racing await us. It's time to get these cars rolling off. Andy Timmons comes in as the points leader. Then it's Dylan Young, Dylan Poteet, James McLeod, Noah Hart. That's the top 5. Trent Dunham 6th in the chase. Prudence Littlejohn 7th. That's Burton, Lawler, Dollarton. That's the top 10. Adam Chambers and Austin Plant come in, find themselves a little bit behind the 8 ball. They need a good run here today to get themselves back into the contention for the championship. You're going to have to see what's going to happen here at Homestead-Miami, as here's your starting lineup for today's race. Out of the 10 drivers starting in the top 10 for today's race, 4 of them are championship contenders. And I don't really know here at Homestead-Miami if it's going to come down to best track position for the start of this race or pit strategy. We're going to be seeing, though. But 4 chasers starting inside the top 10. We'll see if that good qualifying result for all 4 of them, I should say, is going to help them in the long run and maybe get them to victory lane here today. Here we go, though. Pace car is peeled off. Eric Burton is going to get us underway, and the green flag is waving, and it looks like Dylan Poteet's going to get a good jump there. Look at him already on the back bumper of the Budweiser Chevy. So he's going to go 3 wide here into turn 1. Well, none look like it, but he is right there. Poteet got himself a whale of a jump, and now it looks like he's going to try and go to the lead here coming out of 2. Eric Burton trying to get the run out of 2. There is a little bit of a run you can get out of the turn 2 area. And Eric Burton looks like he was able to utilize it. Alex May was able to draw it back even with Dylan Poteet. That's the battle for second. Out of turn 4. Eric Burton now going to clear that battle for second by about 2 car lengths. And he will lead the first lap of the day. Then you got Dylan Poteet back here trying to clear Alex May. That is for second place. Looks like he is going to finally clear Alex May for that position. Let's see if May tries to get the run back on the high side again. He may actually try a crossover move with the momentum he gains off of 2. Let's see if he dives the inside. Here he comes. Yep, he was able to get a good run again off of 2. Ooh, man, just barely got inside the left rear quarter panel and moves Poteet up the racetrack. Good battle going back on here for 4th place. Kyle Corbett has it. Emilio Navarrete all over his back bumper, but now it looks like Corbett has been able to clear Poteet, and now the battle is going to continue on for 2nd place as Poteet gets kicked up to the high side now, and let's see what happens here off of 2. Can Poteet get the same run off 2 that Alex May got? And it appears he does not. Alex May appears to have turn 2 pretty well figured out, both via the high line and the low line. As Eric Burton continues to lead the way, and wow, Poteet getting really close to the left rear there on the Alex May machine, but they're going to keep it together, keep it clean and green, and we're still green flag racing. Let's jump back here. There's the points leader, Andy Timmons. Had himself a good qualifying spot. Now looking for 6th place off of the James Silverfox machine. Bob Jones right there too. And wait, there was some skid marks in turn 2, and the caution flag is out. First caution of the day. And that's going to have the lead be Eric Burton. Poteet looks like he just took 2nd place away from Alex May. May is in 3rd, Corbett 4th, and Navarrete in 5th. And it looks like the points leader in the chase, Andy Timmons, will cross the line in 6th under our first caution. Let's see who's involved in this caution. Oh, Noah Hart! That's a championship contender right there, folks. One of 3 rookies who made the chase, came in 5th in the standings. Only a total of 16 points out of the top position. And he's going to hit some hard luck here today at Homestead-Miami. Kyle Thomas also sits on pit road. Lyndon Wright's got some damage. And Danny Wells, our winner from Loudon, may also have some damage. I don't know. Looks like there was a little bit of cosmetic damage to the front of his Quaker State Chevy. But there was Noah Hart. And it looks like Noah Hart's actually going to make a 4-tire stop here, even though his car was smoking. Normally when the car's smoking, that's an indication that that car is done for the day, but they're making a 4-tire stop. That's rather unusual. And it looks like Eric Burton, well, I can't even go to him. There we go. He's going to come down pit road. So is Dylan Poteet. Alex May decides to stay out, though. Then Corbett, Navarrete, Timmons, Silverfox, Bob Jones. They're all coming down pit road here to make some pit stops. So let's jump to our pit lane 1 camera here. Pit stops taking place here on lap number 6. So Alex May working some strategy here. He will be the only car completely off pit sequence from everybody else. And Poteet's team looks like they are actually making a slightly faster pit stop than Eric Burton. Of course, Burton had to come down about 2 more pit stalls. And there goes Poteet. Let's see if Burton gets out ahead of him. He does indeed. Kyle Corbett going to come out in 3rd, then Navarrete, Silverfox, Jones, Reed, Timmons, Acosta, Littlejohn, Galligan, Thomas, Chambers, Henley, Sanford, Shears, Bellardo, Jackson. Dollarton's way back there. There's Dylan Young and Austin LaPlante. There's James McLeod and Jacob Lawler way back here. Trent Dunham also way back here. So a lot of chasers. Not really gaining much in the line of track position here on these pit stops. But let's take a look now and see a replay of what just happened to put us under the caution for the first time here today. Chaser Noah Hart was one of the drivers involved. Well, we actually had two incidents, both of them taking place in the same area, just one lap after the other. This was the first incident, and it happened on lap 3. This is what actually brought the caution flag out. Right here, Lyndon Wright and Kyle Thomas. Thomas just going to slide up into Lyndon Wright, or Lyndon Wright's going to get tight and come down to the Kyle Thomas machine, one or the other. But those two rookies getting together, and you can just see the impact of the 43. It mashed the front end of his Best Buy Ford F-Series up so much it actually pushed the front end into the front tires, and that car could not even move. And that's a tough break for him. Lyndon Wright, 17th in the point standings. I believe he is 5th in rookie points. And that's a tough break for him. And Kyle Thomas, who's been putting some really good runs together lately in that 43, it's a tough break for him. Now let's take a look at the Noah Hart incident. So here's a look at what happens. It looks like Noah Hart's going to make some contact with our winner from a couple of weeks ago, two-time winner this season, Danny Wells. Now let's see how the initial contact is going to begin here. Maybe something similar to Lyndon Wright and Kyle Thomas a lap before. Yeah, both of them just having two different racing lines, and they kind of intersected there. Danny Wells gets into the right rear. Noah Hart hard into the outside retaining wall. That was a head-on. Now, these drivers had been able to get up through the gears pretty doggone well. They're able to go pretty fast through those turns, and you take a hard lick into the wall like that, and it hurts. And that is a hurt not only for Noah Hart physically, but that'd be a hurt in the points as well. He came in only 5th in the point standings, only 16 points back. It was a big opportunity for him to be able to get himself right up there, maybe battle for the points lead after today, but that black smoke there pretty much is a terminal sign, and I would say that Noah Hart's going to be the first chaser to be bitten by Homestead-Miami here today. Let's go back to green. We'll be getting ready to go back to green flag racing, I think somewhere on lap 9. We still have about 2 to go before we will be put back under the green flag, but it gives us an opportunity to kind of take a look at a bit of the chase scenario here. Alex May was the only driver not to come down pit road. Everybody else came down pit road back there on lap number 5. So Alex May trying to work out some strategy here. He went to victory lane at Atlanta a few weeks ago, and he is trying to go to victory lane here today at Homestead. But I don't know if he's planning on another caution coming out, or if he's going to try and stretch this thing all the way to the end if we go clean and green. I don't know what the strategy is on the number 18 Home Depot Toyota Tundra team, but he leads. Second's going to be Eric Burton. Dylan Poteet is in third, so we got two chasers up here in second and third place. Kyle Corbett's in fourth, Emilio Navarrete in fifth. Silver Fox is up to sixth, seventh Bob Jones, eighth place is Tyson Broad. Andy Timmons, the current points leader in the chase, he is currently in ninth, and 10th place is Ryan Acosta. Nice run for him in only his second start since his return. Then you got Prudence Littlejohn, he is in the 11th position, or she I should say. And that's another chaser there too, who actually is starting to put together really good runs lately. Again, had a runner-up finish last week at Thornton. Sean Galligan lines up 12th, 13th, Mark Thomas. There's another chaser in Adam Chambers. He's been able to work his way up to 14th. Sean Henley is 15th, and Charles Sanford 16th. 17th will be Dougie Shears, Nick Bellardo in 18th. 19th, Charles Jackson. And the defending Truck Series champ, Chris Dollerton's been able to work his way now up to the 20th position. You know, I was looking back, and Chris Dollerton, coming into today's race last season, was dead last in the point standings. And what happened by the time we had the Zenjolta season finale? He won the championship. Could things be playing out similar here for the driver of the 83? He comes in 10th in the standings here today. Let's find the rest of our chasers as we have gotten the signal of one to go. Austin LaPlante will roll off from 24th on this restart. Dylan Young back in 25th. Then you got to go back a ways here before you find James McLeod in 32nd with Jacob Lawler in 33rd. Both those drivers are back here due to the fact they did not have the best of qualifying results. Had a tough time picking up spots there under those first few laps. Trent Dunham, same deal for him. He's all the way back in the 36th position. I believe he is the last chaser running on the racetrack. We do have two drivers back behind the wall, and they are the machines of Kyle Thomas and chaser Noah Hart. So a tough break for Noah Hart. He'll have to rebound, try again next week. I would say that being in our third chase race, there still is time for him to be able to make up some ground and get up here, still battle for the championship. It'll basically be once we reach like race 7, race 8. If you make mistakes, then it may cost you, and you may not be able to rebound after those two races and try and rebound at Talladega and Zenjoltas. It may be too little, too late. But here we go, lap 9 of 27 ready to go on the board. The green flag's ready to go back out. Let's see how Alex May does with those older tires against Eric Burton and the fresher tires. Everybody took 4 tires that came down pit road, and I think we just saw the answer. Eric Burton immediately darts to the inside. Looks like he's going to try and make pretty quick work there of Alex May, as he's going to clear him coming out of turn number 2. So 4 tires going to work for Eric Burton. He'll go back to the lead. Alex May on the older tires, absolutely no match for the Budweiser Chevrolet. Good battle shaping up back here for 3rd place. Kyle Corbett has it. Meanwhile, 2 wide behind him. Navarrete to the inside of Poteet. Tyson Broad to the inside of him. I believe that was Bob Jones. No, it wasn't. That was James Silverfox. But Corbett now in 3rd, and now here's Navarrete after getting by Poteet. He's going to come right to the back bumper of the 17. James Silverfox starting to lose some positions. He's gotten kicked up to the high side. Now he's about to lose a spot to Prudence Littlejohn, as Tyson Broad, Bob Jones, and Ryan Acosta have all been able to get by. He's hoping Prudence Littlejohn will be able to get by before Adam Chambers comes up to the back bumper, although Silverfox is now starting to reel in that outside line. See if he can get the run off of 4 here and keep himself ahead of Chambers. No, doesn't look like it's going to happen. Meanwhile, Andy Timmons has gotten himself caught in the outside line as well. Lost a spot to Chambers, lost a spot to Mark Thomas. Now here goes Sean Galligan. Charles Sanford underneath as Timmons goes way wide. Here comes Bellardo. Henley, contact between the 2. Henley and Timmons making contact. That's going to woe up the Chris Dollerton machine, who had to back out because of the 88 losing momentum. But Nick Bellardo, he'll go around Andy Timmons. Now here comes Charles Jackson down to the inside, but looks like Timmons will finally get himself a spot in line. I think he's back now around the 15th position. Let's see where he crosses the stripe. 16th place, so he lost a few more spots even under that lap. Now Chris Dollerton back there, starting to go underneath the work on the 88 of Sean Henley. Pichu London following right behind him. Dollerton up right now to the 19th position. I think he just moved under Henley for 18th. Let's jump back here, see if we can find Dylan Young. We know Poteet's having a good run. Dylan Young is 2nd in points, and he is currently 28th on the track right now, trying to go underneath John Radigan. That, I believe, would be for 27th. Let's see if the scoring monitor is going to update him another position. No, looks like he just took the... Oh, no, he moved up 2 spots. He's up to the 26th position. And somebody got up into the wall here. It looked like Mark Thomas. No, it was Silverfox again. Silverfox running the extreme high line here at Homestead, and it's not apparently working out for him. He just lost a few more spots. Andy Timmons, Chris Dollerton, Charles Jackson, Bellardo, Samfer, Galligan, they've all gotten by. Now here comes Sean Henley on the back bumper. Kind of ironic, those two battling it out for the Mobile Cup Series chase for the championship. Henley in the 69 and Silverfox in the 31. As up ahead, Galligan's going to go a little wide through this corner, and I saw somebody else go wide. Yeah, it was Ryan Acosta. Tyson Broad, Bob Jones, Charles Sanford all nearly made it 4 wide there coming out of turn number 2. It looks like Ryan's going to be able to continue, and wow, he's getting really close there to the left rear of Mark Thomas as they came off that corner, but looks like they're going to settle it out, keep going. Dylan Poteet's been falling off a little bit. He's lost quite a few spots. He lost a spot to Emilio Navarrete, Chambers, Corbett, and Prudence Littlejohn. As Joe Gibbs Racing again starting to show their strength here in the Truck Series. The other one, Bob Jones, I thought I saw a moment ago. Maybe he slipped back, but I thought I saw him up here at the front. Yeah, there he is. He's in the 12th position right now, and oh boy, they're going to go 3 wide. Him, Samfer, and Chris Dollerton. Charles Jackson right back there. The points leader, Andy Timmons, back there, seeing what will open up. Contact between the 42 and the 45. That was close. Charles Jackson giving a little tap to the left rear of Charles Sanford's Toyota. And that could have been trouble. Meanwhile, though, all this looks like a good battle for the lead, but that's your leader, Eric Burton, by about maybe 9-10 car lengths over Alex May. Since getting by the 18, he has not allowed the gap to be any more than 8 car lengths. Or any less than 8 car lengths, I should say. He probably would like it if it were more than 8 car lengths, as the battle continues on for 2nd place. And I have to think this is attributed to the fact that Alex May is on 5 laps older tires. And these other drivers, while they battle for each other, they're also trying to battle Alex May. And I think I just heard someone scrape the wall, and the caution flag is out. Second time today the caution will come out. This time on lap 17 of 27. I think we're going to have about 10 laps to go when they hit the stripe for this caution flag. And I'm very curious to know who it actually involved. It sounded like it might have been somebody up somewhere near the top 20. As out of 4, Eric Burton, the pole sitter, is going to come down, and he will lead us under the yellow flag. Second place was Alex May. Navarrete in third, and looked like it was 3 wide between Prunce Littlejohn, Kyle Corbett, and Adam Chambers at the line. I think Littlejohn got 4th, Corbett got 5th, and Chambers will be 6th. But who was this one involving is the question. Were more chasers involved? Oh, Nick Bellardo was involved, and we know he was running up there near the top 10. Dougie Shears has got damaged. Pichu London. James Silverfox is damaged. James McLeod may have gotten a piece of whatever this was. Sean Galligan's got some damage to the left side of his Blue Deuce. And looks like everybody else may be okay. And out of those I mentioned, there were no chasers, and it looks like Alex May is going to have to come down pit road this time. He did not come down pit road the last time that we had the caution flag come out. And it looks like it's going to cost him. He's going to go way to the back of the pack because you can see that Eric Burton and company make no indications of coming down pit road. So the 18 is going to be a very lonely man on pit roads. We'll take a look at a replay of what just happened. Eric Burton is still the leader here today in the Ford EcoBoost 200. Alright, let's take a look at what happened. Watch the left side of your screen. They were 4 wide here. You're going to see the 4 car of James Silverfox dart down to the inside. That was contact with Pichu London. Turned him down onto the apron. Now we're looking at Sean Galligan and Nick Bellardo, who they were 4 wide with. They're going to come sliding right back up the racetrack. Contact's going to be made between Silverfox and Galligan up into Bellardo, and there's Dougie Shears nowhere to go as he runs into the back of the Geico Toyota Tundra. The 3 car is going to get a little bit of air there in Nick Bellardo after getting sandwiched up between the Dougie Shears machine and the outside retaining wall. But fortunately, everybody else was able to get underneath this and get away. So it was only a 5-car incident, no chasers involved. But obviously, quite a few drivers who were having really good runs. Bellardo was running up in the 17th position. Silverfox up in 19th. I think these drivers are basically running somewhere up between 16th and 20th on the track. And all of them involved here in an incident. And they tried going 4 wide, coming down the front straightaway. And it just didn't seem to work out. Let's head back to green. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. When we do, we will have a total of 6 laps to go here today at Homestead-Miami. I'm pretty sure all these drivers are good to go as far as fuel and everything. They did make a pit stop back on lap number 5, so that means that they will have to run about 23 laps on 1 tank of fuel. I don't know the fuel mileage of this track, so maybe, just maybe, they may be on the edge, but I'm not really certain. We're going to find out. I would be surprised, though, if they can't make it the rest of the way on fuel. Eric Burton is the leader. Emilio Navarrete lines up in 2nd. Prunce Littlejohn is now up to the 3rd position with Kyle Corbett in 4th and Adam Chambers in 5th. 6th is Dylan Poteet, so 4 chasers inside the top 6 here for this restart. Then you got Tyson Broad in 7th. 8th place is Ryan Acosta, Mark Thomas 9th, and Chris Dollerton has now worked his way up to the 10th position. What did I tell you? He's starting to put something together here. Maybe get up through the points and battle for a 2nd straight Oreo Truck Series championship. Let's find the rest of our chasers on this restart. Andy Timmons, he's been sticking around. He's in the 15th position right now. Dylan Young has been picking up a few spots. He's up now to 18th. Austin LaPlante is in the 22nd position. Trent Dunham's been picking up some spots. He's up to 26th. Then back here you got Jacob Lawler in 32nd. James McLeod has made up no ground at all today. He's back in 34th place. There you see Alex May, who made the pit stop. And that, I believe, is it for our chasers that are still on the track. Still only 2 drivers out of the race, I believe, and they are the cars of Noah Hart, that's a chase contender, and Kyle Thomas. As the green flag's back out, Eric Burton going to get us back underway, and Prunce Littlejohn immediately jumps down to the bottom of the racetrack on Emilio Navarrete. You saw Chambers also immediately jump down to the bottom of the racetrack on Kyle Corbett. They realize that time is running out. They got to start making their moves now, and these are drivers that are battling for the Oreo Truck Series championship. So Eric Burton going to line up as the leader. Prunce Littlejohn in 2nd. Chambers is not going to be able to make the move on Navarrete, who actually goes back down to the inside of Prunce Littlejohn, coming through the middle of turns 3 and 4, but looks like Littlejohn's going to get the run out of the final corner. She'll keep 2nd. Navarrete back to 3rd. Chambers now trying to get to the inside line and take 4th place from Kyle Corbett. Looks like he has just succeeded in doing so as they're 3 wide back there. Tyson Broad, Dylan Poteet, and Kyle Corbett almost rubbing doors heading into 1. Corbett, the smart man in that group, bailing out and falling back a little bit there. But Poteet now trying to move his way up here to the front. If he can move his way past Tyson Broad, that'd be 4 chasers inside the top 5, as it looks like we had a battle for the lead up here. We do. Oops, I'm hitting the wrong button. Doggone it. Prince Littlejohn to the bottom of the racetrack on Eric Burton for the lead at the line that time. Burton is just barely going to hold out as he will lead another lap. Danny Wells just hit pit road. Now, I don't know if that was a regularly scheduled stop or the fact that he had to get some damage repaired. Remember, he was involved in the Noah Hart incident just after our first caution came out, and Prince Littlejohn has gone to the lead. So Prince Littlejohn, the leader. Eric Burton back in second now, and there's another car just came off pit road. I think that might have been Tyson Broad. It is Tyson Broad. He's actually coming to pit road. So we got pit stops going on here in the closing stages. Let's jump to the 59. He was in the 5th position. Poteet's coming. That's Charles Jackson, Andy Timmons, Charles Sanford, Cody Lamas, Brian James. I think I see Alex DeMarco, winner last week from Thornton, in this field as well. And they're having to pit here with about 3 laps to go. So now let's jump to Prince Littlejohn. Is she and those other drivers going to have to come down pit road? Yes, they are. Here they come. Littlejohn, Chambers, Eric Burton, Navarrete. Now, I don't know who the lead would cycle over to now. Ryan Acosta's coming down pit road. I think I saw Chris Dollerton coming to pit road. And I think the leader may be John Radigan in the 24. Waiting for the updating scoreboard. No, Deanna Shelton is the current leader. Or is she? No, Bob Jones. Is it Bob Jones? Yes, it is. Bob Jones is the leader in the 11. So Bob Jones, the current leader, is now he's going to come to pit road. And it looks like Deanna Shelton is not. So the lead's going to cycle over to Deanna Shelton, coming down here to what I believe would be the white flag lap. Yes, it would. Here comes Trek Togger. He's on the lead lap. So too is John Radigan. White flag in the air. You're looking at the 3 drivers who are going to settle it out. Deanna Shelton, John Radigan, and Trek Togger, who's only making his 2nd start since his return to the Truck Series as he moves underneath with help from Danny Wells underneath Deanna Shelton. Oh, contact. Deanna Shelton gets into Danny Wells, and Alex May is around. Spin on the back straightaway. Caution may be waving, and Trek Togger is in the middle of traffic as he's trying to win this thing. John Radigan right behind him. Can Radigan get the run to the inside? He maybe he'll use the 17 of Kyle Corbett as a pick. Out of the final corner for the final time. Trek Togger in only his 2nd start since the return. He's going to pick up his 1st career Truck Series win, his 2nd career win of his NSCRA career, as he has a win in the Snickers Cup in past history, but he picks up the win here today in the Ford EcoBoost 200 after amazing fuel strategy. Man, oh man. And Deanna Shelton was en route to a top 5, made contact with the lap car of Danny Wells, spun into Alex May, who I believe was up in the 4th position at the time. So 3rd and 4th place spun on the final lap, and it did indeed bring out a caution flag. And I think Trek Togger may be out of fuel, and I think John Radigan may be close to out of fuel as well. But we do know they could have at least made it around one more time, out of fuel on fumes and on the apron, but now they are coming down onto the pit road area in order to avoid wrecking any other race cars, as they are not going to be up to speed. And you can see there, gradually, the 50 car losing momentum. I think that car is completely shut off. He may not be able to make it back around to victory lane. John Radigan looks like he may have a little bit more left in the tank there as he's trying to go past the 50, but now I think the two of them are going to have a little bit of a drag race here, see who has the most fuel and who will run out the quickest. Radigan now starting to back off, but man, Trek Togger, what a return for this driver. Made his debut return back at Thornton last week, and now today at Homestead picks up his 1st career Truck Series victory. Let's take a look at our official top 10 in the running order as always. Danny Wells is slow. He may be out of fuel. I don't know where he was able to finish. He and Deanna Shelton and Alex May will find that out in a moment. But Trek Togger with the win. John Radigan, great run for him in 2nd. 3rd place is going to be Lyndon Wright, who, if you'll remember, had that contact under our first caution with Kyle Thomas. He's going to salvage third place today. What a comeback for him. Deanna Shelton got spun out there, was able to continue though. She finishes in fourth place despite her spin on the final lap. Same for Alex May. He'll get fifth after he used pit strategy completely different from everybody else on the racetrack. He'll salvage a nice finish. Then you got a chaser in Adam Chambers in sixth place. He's actually the first chaser up there in the running order. Seventh is going to be the Amelia Narrett machine. Dylan Poteet, though, he's going to get eighth place. Good run for that chase contender. Eric Burton, the pole sitter, slipped back but was able to salvage a nice top 10 finish in ninth. And Tyson Broad, who I believe was the first of the leaders to pit, he's going to get 10th place. Let's take a look, see where the rest of our chasers finished today's race. Prunes Littlejohn, another great run for her after a runner-up finish last week at Thornton. She'll get 11th. Chris Dollerton's going to get 13th. Andy Timmons, who I'm sure will keep the points lead heading into next week, he is going to get the 14th position. Then you look further down, Austin LaPlante got 18th place. Then further down, Trent Dunham finished in 24th. Dylan Young back in 27th, so they must have had a really slow pit stop or something. James McLeod back in 31st. He never really made his way outside the top 30 after a really poor qualifying result for him. Same for Jacob Lawler, who got 33rd today. And then as you look further down, only one driver that was a chaser retired from the race. That was Noah Hart, who finished in the 41st position. So, based on what I'm looking at here, Andy Timmons, I believe, is going to be still the points leader. And I believe he's going to be the points leader over new second-place driver Dylan Poteet, who finished in the 8th position. Now, Poteet came 11 points behind Andy Timmons in the standings. With where the two of them finished in 14th and 8th, I would say that Poteet is only 5 points back from Andy Timmons in the standings now, heading into next week. Next week, we're heading to another debut track. We're going to be heading to South Boston due to the fact that we've already been to Atlanta, and that was where I actually had a schedule to go next week. So a little change in the schedule. We're heading to South Boston for some good short track racing there. Hope you'll tune in for that race. Congratulations to Trek Togger on his win in only his second start since his return here in the Oreo Truck Series, as he takes the tractor today in the Ford Ecoboost 200. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here comes your official overall finishing results, rookie point standings, overall point standings, and chase points heading into next week. As you've been watching the episode of the ACRA Offline Racing at Best, here comes your everything you need to know, and we'll see you for the Mobile and Snickers Cup Series action here from Homestead-Miami Speedway coming up very soon. See you guys, I am out. They come off the final corner, and oh, what it was John Zinedino, the leader! Zinedino, the pole sitter. There goes Madison Saber off. There goes Ralph Mason, second in points off. Oh my goodness.